Hello drama lovers, welcome back to Mao Chanel and don't forget to like and follow us. Breaking news. From the very first moment Bai Lu and Joseph Zeng shared the screen, something electric happened. It wasn't just the way their eyes locked during scripted lines, or how their laughter spilled beyond the cameras. It was the unspoken connection, the kind that made fans replay clips over and over, searching for proof that what they saw wasn't acting at all, but something real. In dramas, we're used to the perfect illusion, candlelit dinners, protective embraces, those carefully timed smiles. But with Bai Lu and Joseph, even the most ordinary interactions felt extraordinary. Their chemistry was not confined to the stage, it lived in the small, fleeting gestures. The hand that lingered too long. A smile that appeared even when the scene didn't call for one. Fans noticed, and the internet became a frenzy of theories. And then came the turning point. Joseph released his debut single, Water Show, a track that wasn't just music, it was a confession wrapped in melody. The lyrics spoke of finding light in unexpected places, of love that feels like home. Within hours, speculation exploded. Was this a message for someone special? That someone seemed to reveal herself soon after. Bai Lu, known for her elegance and subtlety, made a gesture so sweet it had fans screaming into their pillows. She sent him flowers. Not just any flowers, but a bouquet with a handwritten note. Simple yet powerful. Proud of you. The fandom didn't just see flowers, they saw confirmation. They saw a woman quietly cheering for the man who might mean more than just a co-star. Screenshots of the gesture spread like wildfire across Weibo, Instagram, and fan pages worldwide. Comments flooded in. This isn't fan service. This is real. And as if destiny was playing along, their interactions after this moment seemed to grow even bolder. Behind those scenes, clips revealed stolen glances. Fan cams captured the way Joseph's expression softened when Bai Lu entered a room. Even during interviews, where both tried to maintain professionalism, their voices seemed to betray an affection that couldn't be hidden. The whispers turned into questions. Could Bai Lu and Joseph Zeng actually be living together? Was this the beginning of one of the most unexpected yet heart-fluttering real-life love stories in C-drama history? But here's where things get even more fascinating. Their fans, the same people who had shipped countless fictional couples before, found themselves invested on an entirely new level. Because this wasn't about fantasy anymore. This was about possibility. And that possibility, it was enough to ignite hope in fans who longed to believe that fairy tales sometimes step off the screen. But just when everyone thought the story couldn't grow more intense, new clues began to emerge. Not long after the flower gesture went viral, fans noticed something curious. A series of casual photos posted on Joseph's social media showed a cozy interior, warm lights, neutral tones, and a faint trace of femininity. Pillows with delicate embroidery. A bookshelf that seemed oddly familiar. Within hours, sharp-eyed fans compared it to Bai Lu's previous live streams, and the similarities were striking. Could it be, were they sharing the same space? The online detective work only added fuel to the fire. On Douyin, fans slowed down videos frame by frame, pointing out the same porcelain vase, the same painting on the wall, the same patterned rug. Was this coincidence, or was it their way of quietly letting fans in on their secret? For Bai Lu and Joseph, silence only spoke louder. Neither confirmed nor denied. And that silence gave birth to 1,000 interpretations. Some said they were protecting their privacy. Others believed this was their subtle way of saying, yes, it's real, but it's ours. Meanwhile, the media began circling. Headlines screamed, "Are Bai Lu and Joseph Zeng China's next power couple?" Entertainment reporters speculated endlessly, weaving stories from fragments of evidence. But the most powerful narrative came not from the press, but from the fans themselves. Because every fan knows sometimes the truth hides in the smallest details. The way Joseph once mentioned in an interview that home is where you feel understood. The way Bai Lu casually admitted she had been learning to cook late at night, even though her schedule barely allowed it. Were these hints? Were they painting a picture of a shared domestic life behind closed doors? The very idea turned the fandom into a storm of emotions. For many, it wasn't just about two celebrities possibly being together. It was about witnessing something authentic in an industry often criticized for manufactured images. Bai Lu and Joseph weren't just idols, they were human beings, allowing love to seep through the cracks of their carefully crafted public personas. And as this emotional roller coaster unfolded, one thing became undeniable. Whether or not they confirmed it, the dream of them living together had already captured the hearts of millions. But the most breathtaking twist, it was still yet to come. The story took another unexpected turn when Joseph appeared at a fan meeting. During a casual Q&A, a fan asked him, "What does happiness mean to you right now?" His answer stunned everyone. He paused, smiled softly, and said, "Happiness is being able to share your space with someone who feels like home." The room erupted. Fans screamed, cameras flashed, and the clip spread across social media like wildfire. To many, it wasn't just an answer, it was a confession hidden in plain sight. Bai Lu, on the other hand, kept her usual poise. But eagle-eyed fans noticed something subtle. During her next live stream, she wore a hoodie that Joseph had been spotted in weeks earlier. Was it borrowed, a coincidence, or a deliberate nod? The evidence only piled higher: matching bracelets, cryptic captions, and timing that was far too perfect to be random. Slowly, what began as a whisper transformed into a chorus of belief. Bai Lu and Joseph Zeng were more than colleagues. They were each other's anchor. And maybe, just maybe, they were already living like a couple behind the scenes. For fans, this possibility became more than just gossip. It was a symbol of hope. Because in a world where idols are often pressured to hide their true selves, here were two stars daring to leave breadcrumbs of their reality. They weren't shouting it from rooftops, but they weren't hiding completely either. Every post, every interaction, every moment now feels like a piece of a larger puzzle. And the fans, they're not just watching, they're part of the journey, feeling every heartbeat, every stolen glance,